We'd just like to thank our channel sponsor, AutoKeyCars.com. If you love Liberty, go check out AutoKeyCars.com. They have something for you. What is up, guys? So somebody wanted to see some videos on how to camouflage some magazines. A neighbor of mine dropped these off. Guy lives down the street and asked me if I'd camo them for him. I've done some other stuff for him in the past, so I said hell with it. Yeah, you can make some extra money doing this. First thing you want to do is just scuff up the paint on them, and don't get it all off. You don't want to get it all down to the metal, because when you spray paint these things, eventually it will wear off and go back down to the metal. Next thing I did, I just taped them up down to excuse me, where they would go into the magazine well. You don't want paint up on the magazine well. Obviously, next I turn them inside, tape them up, turn the insides in toward the box so I don't get paint all over my garage floor, and I paint them. I'm painting them with Rust-Oleum. There is a camouflage paint they have out. There's 3 or 4 different colors. I chose it's like a light beige coyote color, a dark green foliage, and then a light green. So I got these from a place called Acid Tactical on eBay. You can buy them for $15 for the whole set. It's different kinds of camouflage. I always use like the leaf pattern. I start out with the light beige and just kind of give it a good eck. It don't have to be perfect. It don't even have to be completely covered. Just enough to kind of cover the black up is what you want to do. You always want to start with your lighter colors first. Not necessarily the lightest colors, but the lighter colors. Then I moved on to the darker green. After I went around and hit a couple spots with the light green, I went around the dark green. Now I'm going back around the light green and kind of filling in some spaces. And I know you guys are saying, wait, that don't look nothing like camo out in the woods. You'd be able to see that in a summer day in Ohio. Well, give it a few minutes. Hold on, that's why you're going to watch the whole video. There's a little bit more to it than just spraying leaves on it. So I'm just kind of checking it out, looking at it from different angles, seeing what the best way to paint it is. You got to make sure you get the front and the back, because if you don't, you'll have a straight line. The ideal is to get rid of any 90-degree angles or straight lines. Straight lines and 90-degree angles don't exist in nature. So you try to get rid of anything that will catch your eye for the most part. And just try to camo and get some paint on it. Excuse me. After you do that, you're going to want to oh, wait a second, we're not there yet. I thought I was. Sorry, guys. I'm just filling in some spots here again. After you go over the dark, I usually go back over with the lighter colors over the dark, just to kind of lighten them up, because they get a little bit too dark. Right here is what I thought we were. So you want to get a clothes bag from Walmart. You can get them from Walmart, Kmart, whatever other store. And now I'm going over it with the dark paint to cover up some of that coyote. See, it gives like a diamond pattern. And now I'm going over it with the light green to do the same thing. But you move it in between each coat, each color. And it kind of lightens it up a little bit, makes it darker where it needs to be darker, lighter where it needs to be lighter. But now you have like this diamond pattern on it. So now you got to get rid of it. So you just kind of do the same thing you've already done. You just go back over it, the spots that are dark, hit it with the light green. Then the spots that are light, you hit it with the dark green. I know people that use 5 or 6 different colors when they're camo, and I don't see any need for it. Really, you could probably really get away with just 2. I prefer 3 because I like throwing the dark green in there or the light green. Like I said, normally I start with coyote just because it's the way I've always done it. It's like a tan, possibly beige coyote color. I don't know the exact name of it, but it's from Rust-Oleum. It's in their camouflage line of paints. And you just kind of do the same thing again. Now I think I went too far, so I went back and threw some coyote back on it, and it'll help it blend in. And then again, just, the biggest thing is don't overthink it. It's paint. Worst thing that could happen is you could paint it all black and it look like it just came in the door. So don't overthink it. Just spray it on there. It literally took me, I cut about a minute out of this video, my son did. We cut about a minute out of this video, so it literally took me less than 10 minutes to paint these 5 mags for my neighbor. I think the paint's like $4.95 a can, so $16 in 10 minutes, and you can paint. I mean, you could probably paint 40 magazines with those cans of paint, if not more. And you just kind of keep going over it and get rid of that diamond shape. You flip them over, do the back side. That's what I'm doing now. Just make sure you get the front and back really good, because that will be noticed. I know you don't think it will be, but if somebody's facing you straight ahead of you for some reason, you're in that kind of, you're in a war or something, and they see that straight up and down black or straight up and down beige or coyote, whatever color you want to call it, when you're out in the woods, your spot, and for some reason you don't have a shot, you know, you're done. They don't necessarily have to be right on in front of you to see it either. But you just kind of keep going around and just keep doing the same exact thing, you know, light, gray, dark. Throw the laundry bag over it, spray through it, move around, spray through it a different color. And I normally go over everything twice is normally about how much it takes me. You don't have to wait for this stuff to dry. As soon as you're done painting one side, flip it over. If this isn't supposed to look pretty, it's supposed to be just camo you out in the woods. So here is when I'm done. I'm pulling everything off. The paint's not even dry yet when I'm doing this. It doesn't have to be dry. Like I said, it's not a car. It doesn't have to look beautiful. You're just trying to make it, you know, look good. Good enough anyway. Good enough to where you can be hidden out in the woods. And you can see they don't look bad at all. I mean, literally, I have it 10 minutes in this. You can see where some of the paint got up under the plastic. That's okay. The main thing is you don't want a bunch of paint up in the mag well, because if that happens and the paint gets on the inside of the mag well, then when you go stick the mags in, it's going to get on the follower, which I'm about to show you here. It gets on the follower, it gets all down the magazine. It can get on the bolt face in the chamber, and it just causes a lot of problems over time. So make sure you don't do that. But like I said, guys, the biggest thing is do not overthink it. Just throw some paint on it. If it don't look good, cover it up, do it again. Eventually it's going to wear off. You're going to have to repaint it anyway. It's not that big of a deal. The first time I ever did this was I never had to paint over the first time. It came out good looking the first time. So just go at it, start spraying. Good luck.